Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and we're going to compare the HTC Droid Incredible 4G LTE here on the left with the Droid Rezound or HTC Rezound. Both look pretty similar, and the form factor, while the Rezound is a little bit bigger, actually are very, very similar. So let's first talk about the actual obvious thing, the size. The screen size on the Incredible is 4 inches, while on the Rezound here it's 4.3. Both screens are SLCDs, and this one in particular is 540 by 960, while this one is 720p or 720 by 1280. This has a pixel density of 342, while this one has a pixel density of 275. They both should be pretty similar. Both are set to full brightness right now. To give you an idea, the Rezound looks a little bit worse, at least at this angle. Straight on, they look about the same. But in an angle, the Rezound seems to be a little bit more dim. So this is both, they're very nice. They're both feel very similar in the hand. They both have very similar layouts, although the Rezound has more buttons on the bottom. This came originally with gingerbread, and it currently has that version on it. This has ice cream sandwich. So we do have a newer version of Android on this than we do here, as well as Sense. We have 2.3.4 on the Rezound. I haven't found any updates for it, at least here in the United States on Verizon. And on this we have version 4.0, and we have Sense 4.0. So let's go ahead and take a look at the buttons. On the bottom here, on the Incredible, we have Back, Home, and we have our app drawer app, our recent app here. On the Rezound, we have Home, Menu, Back, and Search, which is the default layout until Ice Cream Sandwich came out. So both really similar. We both have forward-facing cameras. They're right here. We'll talk more about those in a moment. If we turn the phones to this side, we both have the volume rocker up and down in the same exact spot. On the back, you can see they both, again, look similar. A little bit different design, but very similar in design. We both have 8-megapixel cameras. Here we have a dual LED flash. Here we have a single. The actual speaker on the Rezound is down here, while it's up here on the Incredible. So you can see they both look pretty good. Nice feel to them. They're a little bit plasticky, but they have a grip to them, as this is kind of a serrated type rubber feel. Here we have the Beats mark on them, which really doesn't play a huge role in sound quality, but it is there. We have some microphones as well on the back of the Rezound. If we take a look at the top, we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and on the Incredible, we actually have a noise canceling microphone right here. We also have that here, but it's just down in a different place. If we again look at the bottom, we've got a microphone here and here. On this side, we actually have our micro USB inputs. If we pop the backs off on the Incredible, there's the Incredible. We pop the back off of the Rezound. The Rezound looks kind of nicer underneath, but you don't see that a whole lot. Here we have a 16 gig micro SD card. We have our battery. The battery is actually not just physically larger in the Incredible, it actually has more capacity as well. We have a decent sized battery actually in the Incredible of 1700 milliamp hours, where we have 1620 in the Rezound. I really haven't seen what the actual life of the Incredible is. It seems to be about a day. Both of them will last you a day. The Incredible seems to last a little bit longer, but that makes sense given the battery size. If we look on the side here, instead of having our SD card up here, we have it over here. So there is room for up to a 32 gig SD card, and we have one here as well. Now, while we're talking about storage, the Incredible has an internal built-in storage of 8 gigabytes of storage, where the Rezound actually has 16 gigabytes of storage as well. So we have more storage by default in the Rezound, which is nice. Now, we have a SIM card tray right here for the Incredible. SIM card is kind of hidden under this battery here, so I can go ahead and pop these out. You'll see there's a large 4G SIM card. Here's the battery here. What they've done is put the SIM card right in the side here. So it's a micro SIM here, full-size SIM here. Now let's go ahead and turn both of these on. While we're turning them on, we'll talk a little bit about the specs. They take a moment to turn on. I'm holding the power button down. There we go. There we go. So they took a moment to turn on, and like I said, I have the screen brightness set to full. While we wait for these to boot up, let's talk about the forward-facing cameras. On the Incredible, it's not very good. It's 0.3 megapixels. It's a VGA camera, which you really don't need a really high-quality camera when you're actually just video recording or video calling because of bandwidth limitations, things like that. Well, it's still nice to have a high-quality camera, and the Rezound actually has a 2 megapixel forward-facing camera. So we have a little bit better forward-facing camera in the Rezound. So if you like to take a lot of pictures or record yourself that way, you may want to consider the Rezound there. Now, the specs itself inside, we actually have pretty impressive specs in both. We have a dual-core 1.2 gigahertz processor in the Incredible. That's a Snapdragon S4. In the Rezound, we actually have a Qualcomm processor, which is a dual-core 1.5 gigahertz. So it's technically faster, but we have a newer generation chipset in the Incredible. So both are going to be pretty fast, but in their own respect. We both have a gig of RAM for the system RAM. And again, we have those micro SDs inside as well as the internal storage. So you can see the difference in the UI. Both are turned up full brightness. We grab this ring, slide to unlock, or we can grab one of these and drag these down. So if I want to go into mail, I want to go straight into the camera, I can do that. Let's unlock, get rid of our warnings here, and you can see they're both Sense UI. Now, I will tell you that because of Ice Cream Sandwich, I would assume, and Sense 4.0, the Incredible screen actually feels a little bit quicker as far as responsiveness goes. It feels a little bit better and seems to do a little bit better job as far as that goes. The Incredible, to me, feels a little bit quicker. Both of them are Sense. They're both Android. This one looks a little bit different. There's the app drawer. There's the app drawer here. One goes up and down. One scrolls left to right. So you can see there's a little bit of chop there. Now, if I go ahead and open the browser, let's do that here. And we'll go to Zollotech. In fact, we'll probably just have to refresh here. We'll let it load. And you can see they're both on I have one on Wi-Fi, one on 4G. So I would expect the Droid Rezound to be maybe a little bit slower, although we have good 4G signal. Either way, speed as far as loading web pages seems to be pretty comparable. The Incredible may be a little bit faster due to Ice Cream Sandwich, but let's go ahead and wait for that to finish. Here we have Zollotech, my website here. Let's go ahead and see how we scroll. So again, a little bit smoother on Android. Let's try pinch to zoom. Or a little bit smoother on the Incredible, not Android. They're both Android here. So you can see that's a little bit screwy on the Rezound as far as that goes. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the rear view camera is capable of. We both have 8 megapixel cameras, but that doesn't mean they're the same sensor and they're that good. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So you've seen the camera, you've seen the hardware itself. Really the only thing we have left is overall which one would be better for you. And the real question there is, do you want a bigger screen or a smaller screen? And what's more important, the front-facing camera and ice cream sandwich, or don't you care about the operating system? Personally, I would say you'd want to go with the newer one. However, ice cream sandwich should be out on the Rezound. I don't know the actual time frame, but it does show that it's available in some places. So hopefully it will be out everywhere soon. So overall, though, the newer chipset's in the Incredible, but the Rezound has maybe some better camera equipment in it. Overall, I think they're both decent phones. They're both really good phones, and there's probably some of your factor will be for what price you can get it. That will always vary depending on where you get your phone from, whether that be Amazon, Verizon directly, HTC. But you'll want to check them out, and I think either one you'd be pretty happy. I'd obviously go for the newer hardware, personally, just because I like ice cream sandwich and I like to have the newer interface. However, some that might want a larger screen might want to go this route as well. As always, please comment below. Let me know what you think of the phones, if you've used either one, and why you would prefer either one. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.